Welcome to Endgame Club. This is this is Saturday of our first week of rated tournaments. And what I meant to say, this is our second round, which somehow in my mind is Tuesday. Um, and Moodle, with the strike in the first round, takes the early lead. Uh, I am paired against neoozy, the legendary neoozy, and very good to have him back. Let's see. There we go. Okay, hand check. Uh-oh. Things got a little more difficult fast there from round one to round two. Okay. Um, these are king and pawn endings from Just the Facts. And okay, your first analysis: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then there's this funny thing going on. Roughly 6 against 6. Um, joke though. Um, okay, so but what's really happening, right? Um, Black has excellent king position, and it's also right across from what could be a weak pawn on c4. So the first thing, the king has limited options, and they're all bad. I think we can agree they're all bad. You might look at FLIP, flip the board. So here's your predator black king, and he would love to get up to b2 or c4 or something. And then just maybe even bring the a pawn up and trade, but with such excellent. So if these two pawns come off, actually think about that. Take all the FGH out of your thoughts for a second. If somehow black could trade off the a pawn and the b2, his king could just walk up to a3 here, and he would seize such superior king position. Okay, so first observation, white's in a lot of trouble. Not to mention, if I keep talking, I'm going to run out of time. And what we would like to do, I think we would really like to force the thing. Actually, you should know exactly what you want. So this is going to play out if I move some pawns around on the king side. Eventually, either black or white is going to have to make a move. Now, that's not c5, c4, d6, d5. Those guys are not moving, which means what are the legal moves if somebody has to move? It might be pawn to a5 or king to a5. Black actually has very few moves over here. White, it might be king d3, king c2. Concrete. Okay, so if this was a real tournament, if you had time, do 10, 20 minutes, you want to generate this information, right? Like what exactly is going to happen, and it's going to be one of us that moves first. Black could play king a5. I don't think that's a good idea, right? Because I'll just go king b3, and then I should be secure. But pawn to a5, I should have a plan for that. That does not look good. Pawn to a5, I feel like I'm going to play b3 check, which forces king a3, and then I'm going to play king c2, and then we're going to see some exciting stuff. Now, black has to be careful too, because check this out. If he plays h6, right, then we have a nice 3 versus 3 where I can actually break through. Okay, so that, I don't think that neoozy will do that. Okay, yeah, so he's on it. This is interesting though. Okay, so now it shuts down all of those pawns. Except now white has got to move his stuff. Okay, so h5, or excuse me, a5 I would think is the next move. And so, yep, check.
Check.
If you look closely though, white has no pawn moves. So I think what we're going to see Neo do, see if you can guess what happens next. Yeah.
Time warning.
Player. You can see this from his point of view. Ah, oh, you're just like, oh no, everything is coming up. Yeah, he didn't even go for that. Okay. Nice game. Okay, so a quick recap. So a few delicate moves on the king's side, and notice what he did. He did not play that h6, of course. f5. Okay, you want to shut down the counterplay. And now white did not have a way to break through there or do anything. And now with a little careful calculating, a5. Okay. Now I could also have tried king c2, but then king b4, forcing some bad things. I think. But oh yeah, so you see the how this played out. And look at this, black's king goes all the way to the back rank behind white. But this makes a lot of sense when you see it, and now it's just all over. Right? White makes a little half-hearted attempt to come over here and do something. But so great game, neoozy, and that is just, I think that's very textbook what we're, at least one idea from that position. That's a historical game, by the way. I forget exactly. Shade